So you might have been telling yourself, this is the year I'm going to start my side hustle. I'm going to start my business. And you're going to become an entrepreneur. Well, here's the thing. We should talk about some rules for entrepreneurs. Because if you think back over the last, I don't know, 2 years, 18 months or so, it can understandably make it seem like it's a terrible idea to start a business now. But for some entrepreneurs, the steps for starting a business are still the same. And it's just like some of the rules have kind of shifted a little bit or changed. We'll go over some of these different things. But we want to start off with probably one of the more important things, which is a business plan. You need to make a business plan. Now, you still have to write a business plan, and a typical business plan is going to include stuff like how much your product or service is going to cost, or how you're going to market it, and how much you'll need to break even. you know the basic business plan is kind of tried and true, and that certainly doesn't change because of anything that's happened in the past 2 years. A lot of people don't even ask that question when they go to start a business, which is, how much money do I need every month to live on? You know, and then even now, with how much everything's gone to online, your online strategy has to be front and center. Are you prepared to connect with customers through video chat? How interactive is your website? Do you know how to market yourself on social media? The past 18 months, 2 years have proved how important these questions are for startups today. Those that survived, over the past 2 years, they had, I mean, the best had the very robust digital marketing strategies. They had an online presence that connected them with their customers, their clients, everyone. Even if they were a service business, they benefited from having a connection to their customer, keeping them, up to date of what was happening next and where they were going. So then after that, we need to talk about some math. You need to figure out what you need to get started, because new businesses typically take a lot of money up front, right? Just to get them started. Open their doors, cover expenses, and start ramping up them sales. And banks are unlikely to source, money to some of these startups. Banks don't waste their time dealing with somebody who's a year away from making money. You need to tap personal savings, friends, family, and other sources of capital, and it's going to be more likely to produce the funding you need at first. You'll probably need way more cash than what you actually think you need to get started. You might even want to think about however much you think you need, just double it, right? And if you're thinking, I need enough cash for 6 months, no, you don't know what's coming. You don't know if there's ever going to be a shutdown again. You don't know how clients would react to, what you need to do, if we have a shutdown again, or, any type of catastrophe, whether, your servers get shut, just whatever happens, you know, there are things that you have to think about that could come up and you need to be prepared for. The next thing, we're going to talk about inertia. I mean, to start a business, you have to actually start a business. You got to jump in. What have you done today? What are you going to do tomorrow? The day after? Next week? Next month? Right? Starting a business already takes courage and risk tolerance. Now you may need even more of these things. If we learn anything from the past 18 months, 2 years, you know, it's something like, people calling and asking for, time, that, they survived 4 recessions and felt their business was recession proof. And now, with everything that happened, all of a sudden they were making no money, zero revenue, nothing income, not 20% down, not 30% down, not 50% down, no money. And these people were probably in shock, right? Kind of, they probably needed someone to help kind of snap them out of it, to get the shock off of them and say, okay, just treat it like it's a business challenge. Step back, don't panic, look at the big picture. Try to figure out how you're going to, conserve money and weather the storm. Which, conserving money and getting through the storm kind of leads us to the fourth thing: tracking your money. Finding accounting software for, your small business and opening a separate checking account for it are still very, very important first steps. Recording all of your expenses, even if your business isn't open yet, it can save you money on taxes and keep things much more organized, right? Always document the money you receive and that you spent. Now, with the complexities of changing tax laws, there's like the Paycheck Protection Program and other state and federal business rules. You should really be surrounding yourself with smart people who, let's be honest, they're way more important now than they've ever been. You can inform kind of like so you can form yourself like a bail team, a financial bail team, like to save you, right? Get you like a solid banker that's got your back, a smart accountant, an insurance pro, and definitely a good lawyer. And these people can kind of help watch over your accounts and prevent tax headaches, reduce liability and risk, and really what they're there for is to protect you and protect your business. So what are we what's the overarching theme here? What's the lesson to take away? Well, some things have changed over the past 2 years if you're going to start a business, and some things are the same. Some of the things that we need to keep in mind is the basics. You need to make a business plan, right? You need to figure out how much money you need to get started, and probably actually double that, right? You need to kind of actually start your business, not just talk about starting your business. You got to jump in, figure out what you're going to do today, tomorrow, and get going, right? And then make sure that you track your money, right? I feel like that's really just really, really important, right? It can really save you a bunch of headaches, especially, if you're not good with numbers. Like, track your money and have an accountant, do everything for you. It's gonna save you, I promise. Those are the four big things to really kind of watch out for, stick to, and kind of help you cover all your bases. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. But till I'll see you guys in the next video. Y'all be safe.